What's up, y'all? It's your boy ClarenceNyc, your favorite bearded king. And I'm feeling good, feeling amazing. You see me, I got a cut. You know what I'm saying? Looking good, looking amazing. You feel me? And I'm fake tatted. But enough about me. You feel me? Enough about me. Well, let's get right into this reaction, y'all. Before we get into this video, though, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you leave a comment. And make sure you're subscribed. You're most likely not subscribed if you're watching this video. You know what I'm saying? Most of you guys are petty. Don't be petty. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it. Right now, we about to react to 10 facts that will ruin your childhood. You know what I'm saying? I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything... I just don't want to be thrown off, you know what I'm saying? Where I was like watching, I don't know, some crazy stuff. But let's get right into it. I'm about to keep it low a little bit just so.
But what if I told you some of those are based on total lies? Whether it's a book, a film, or a TV show you loved as a kid. Or maybe just a general fact about your childhood you've always thought back on. A lot of these are total lies and farces. And there are
a lot of lies.
Secrets behind things which made your childhood what it was. I'm Charlie, and today we're going to look at facts that will ruin your childhood. Strap in, because we're going on a nostalgia trip. But
let's do it.
Subscribe and press the notification bell. Walt Disney. In the 1920s, Walter Disney made Disney. Since then, Disney's gone on to make some of the best kids' movies of all time. They also have kids' theme parks and things every kid loved in their childhood. But most people don't know that Walt Disney had a dark past. It's said that Walt Disney did not like Jewish people very much at all. He was also a founding member of the Motion Picture Alliance. This group allegedly had many privately anti-Semitic members. In 2014, actress Meryl Streep even said that he was an anti-Semite and misogynist. This claim was even backed up by Walt's grandniece, Abigail Disney. Also, some of his movies, for example, Song of the South, have been criticized by the NAACP. That is for perpetuating...
What song is that? I never heard that song.
It's kind of crazy to look back at someone who made such great childhood films in this light. But what do you think? Does this ruin Disney for you or not?
This is what I'm saying. Some of these things are not going to change your childhood, but it's good to know. Like, I just feel like these are some of the things, like, that we don't know, but, like, we support, you know what I'm saying? Especially us as people, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're quick to cancel someone like Virgil or Kanye, but we're going to take our kids to Disney World, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of be aware, you know?
Mr. Mosby. If you're a 90s kid, I'm sure you remember
Mr. Mosby from
and then the latest series,
Sweet Life
on Deck. Many say that their favorite character in these shows was Mr. Mosby. Marion Mosby, better known as Mr. Mosby, was portrayed by Phil Lewis. But before the show aired, the actor Phil Lewis had a pretty dark past. In December of 1991, he was arrested after striking Isabel Duerte with his car. This caused Isabel of Bethesda, Maryland, to pass away. He was charged with manslaughter and driving while intoxicated. His blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. A court sentenced him to 5 years in prison, but he only served 1. Instead, he began working with a prison-based theatre group. He performed in jails, schools, and churches to highlight the consequences of alcohol abuse.
Yo, bro, Mr. Mosby was a whole killer. That's crazy. He killed a person and ended up on Nickelodeon.
He's now moved on and is a successful actor, but I'm pretty sure no kids watching his TV shows realized his dark past.
That's him.
I'm surprised his sentence was so lenient, considering that Isabel passed away due to his driving. Cowardly Lion. We all remember the movie and story of The Wizard of Oz, and one of the main characters in it is the Cowardly Lion. But did you know that the lion costume in The Wizard of Oz is made of real lion hair? That's right, a lion had to be hunted down and taken out to get this costume. That kind of makes the whole thing pretty creepy. The actor was literally dressed in a deceased lion to play a lion. Recently, the costume was sold for more than $3 million at an auction in New York City. But it attracted a lot of controversy because it is
That's crazy.
Lion. The costume, worn by actor Burt Layer, weighed over 100 pounds. Lions are now an endangered species around the world. So, does this fact ruin The Wizard of Oz for you or not?
That's what I'm saying. How come people people protest about like furs and stuff like that. But like big companies, like I don't know, people just do what they want. Like when you got money and you big,
I'm pretty sure every kid watched Sesame Street.
people just be doing what they
They
want.
loved all of the characters, especially the main character,
Elmo.
But many don't know the man behind Elmo. That is a puppeteer and actor named Kevin Clash.
Elmo's black? That changes everything. He sounds not black.
Performed and voiced Elmo from 1985 to 2012. But why did he stop in 2012? Well, in November of 2012, a man named Sheldon Stevens alleged something against Kevin. He said that while he was underage, him and Kevin had an inappropriate relationship. Kevin acknowledged this and said it was between consenting adults. But 2 weeks later, another accuser came forward to talk about Kevin. That is someone named Cecile Singleton. Kevin then resigned from Sesame Street, and 3 claims were brought against him in court. In 2013, these claims were all dismissed by the court. That's because they were way past the statute of limitations. Do you guys believe Kevin or do you believe the accusers?
I'm not gonna lie, it's just a little too perfect. I'm not gonna judge, but I'm just saying it just seems a little too perfect that you Elmo and you chilling with little boys. You know what I'm saying? Because little boys love Elmo. So it's like,
does this change the way you see the character of Elmo?
A little,
I feel
yes.
bad for Kevin if he did nothing wrong. But if he did do these things, then he gets no sympathy from me. Peter Pan.
no, not my man Pan.
The story of Peter Pan. But when you think about it, a boy who never grows up is kind of a strange premise. Where did it come from? Well, we can look to the character's creator, J.M. Barrie. J.M. Barrie has actually revealed the origin of the Peter Pan character. And it's something that recent makers of Peter Pan movies have tried to cover up. Peter Pan is actually based off of J.M. Barrie's 13-year-old brother. He cracked his skull and passed away while ice skating. And that's why J.M. Barrie wrote about a boy who never grows old. This makes the whole character a lot more creepy. That's right, the reason why Peter Pan can't grow older is because he's not alive. Blue Ranger. As a kid, I'm sure you watched the Power Rangers.
Well, Power Rangers, bro? Not the Power Rangers.
Colourful suits.
Not the Power
One of those
Rangers.
people was David Yost. He played the character of Billy, the Blue Ranger in Power Rangers. Sadly, he left his role, but why? Well, he said it's because he was actually bullied by the crew members and cast. That is because he was gay. Later, this bullying even caused him to go to conversion therapy because he was so sad. He said, I put myself through conversion therapy because I didn't want to be gay. I really struggled and struggled and struggled with it. I sort of had to start the process of learning to accept myself, which was very difficult. It took me many years after the fact.
Niggas
So
was
it's pretty
bullying
sad
him
that
because he
these
was
terrible
gay?
things
That's
going on
crazy.
set of Power Rangers. It seemed
You would think, like the blue one was he was cool. He was pretty cool, like, you know.
to us as kids, but behind the camera, that's not what was taking place. We never knew these seemingly...
You don't know none of this as
characters were
a
bullying
kid.
and getting bullied on the set. Dr. Seuss.
No.
Dr. Seuss is one of the greatest children's authors to ever live. But many don't know about his dark
I
side.
love Dr.
Researchers now
Seuss.
say Dr. Seuss may have been prejudiced against African Americans and Asian Americans.
I hate Dr. Seuss. I hate Dr. Seuss, man. This kid was racist against
They
black
criticized
people.
the drawings of a Chinese man in the story and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. In the book, If I Ran a Zoo, a man also says he would put a person of color wearing a turban on display. But if you don't think that's bad, then you
What?
should hear about Dr. Seuss's wife.
I never read that book.
Dr. Seuss actually cheated on his wife, Helen Palmer, and he did this while she was sick with cancer. As a result of this, Helen took her own life. She did this by taking too many pills. Her final note read, I'm too old and enmeshed in everything you do and are. She said, I cannot conceive of life without you. My going will leave quite a rumor. But you can say I was overworked and overwrought. Your reputation with your friends and fans will not be harmed. So even though she took her own life, she still did not want to expose what Dr. Seuss had done. Red Ranger. We've already covered how the Blue Ranger...
Why wouldn't you follow up the Red Ranger with the Blue Ranger?
Power Ranger who will ruin your childhood. Ricardo Mendia played the Red
He's the
Ranger,
best one.
And in 2015, he was arrested after taking the life of his roommate, Joshua Sutter. This was after Ricardo used a Conan the Barbarian medieval sword on him. That's right, he literally took his own roommate's life with a medieval sword.
Yo.
This happened because of an argument over Ricardo's girlfriend. In 2017, Ricardo...
This kid really thought he was a Power Ranger. This kid killed his roommate with a sword. He really thought he was a Power Ranger.
Voluntary manslaughter. And later that year, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. This changes...
You kill somebody with a sword and you get 6 years?
Ferris Bueller. Every kid, and frankly adult, loves...
I like Ferris Bueller.
Bueller's Day Off.
The show, the movie.
And he's also been in many other great films. But did you know about his dark past? In 1987, he was driving in Northern Ireland. That was when he crossed into the wrong lane. He then collided head-on with a 28-year-old woman named Anna Gallagher and her mother. Both of them were taken out instantly. Matthew also fractured his leg and ribs in the crash. He was charged with taking a life by dangerous driving. He was facing up to 5 years in prison, but instead got off with a $100 fine. The victim's son and brother called it a travesty of justice.
That's crazy.
Everyone
Not the best show of all time. This is the best movie of all time.
I'm pretty sure as kids, our favorite character was Simba. This movie was released in 1994, and the average lifespan of a lion is 15 years. This means if Simba from The Lion King was real, he probably would have passed away back in 2009. And now in 2020, he would almost definitely not be alive. It's pretty sad to think that, in real terms, our favourite kids' movie characters would no longer be alive.
Fact.
But thankfully, they're kept alive forever on the silver screen, even if they do have some pretty dark backstories. Let me know in the comments, have any of these facts ruined any TV show, book, or movie for you? If they did, then I'm sorry for ruining...
You kind of ruined Elmo and Power Rangers.
I think the thing that makes me the most surprised is what Mr. Mosby
and
did.
Mr. Mosby.
Of course, the actor Phil Lewis did not mean to do that, so we can't blame him too much. But he still was driving while under the influence.
While drunk is
and
your
of course,
fault.
He has now turned his life around and is beloved. But it's still a pretty dark backstory. Not many people know about this very popular actor. But now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Vote in the poll in the top right corner.
That's him.
The fact that ruined your childhood most. If you want some...
That's him. That didn't ruin my childhood, but you, Mr. Mosby? Mr. Mosby shocked me. Power Rangers shocked me. He killed his roommate with a sword. He thought he was on episode 8. He's bugging out. You know what I'm saying? And you only get 6 years for chopping your roommate up with a karate sword. White privilege. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna. Matter of fact, I didn't even say that. I see y'all next video, man. Make sure y'all turn y'all post notifications on, and again, make sure you're subscribed. That helps me out tremendously. And we on our road to 100K. You know what I'm saying? We slowed up a little bit because I wasn't posting, but now I'm back at it. Please make sure you subscribe. Road to 100K. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next reaction vid.